Hello and welcome to Sports News Africa, the home of Africa's sporting conversation. Let's take a look at some of the stories making the headlines across the continent. Stephen Keshi calls for unity as he looks to the future with the Super Eagles. Morocco's Rahil Zouher wins the 2015 Senegal Cycling Tour. And wins for Egypt and Tunisia in the Africa Judo Championships in Gabon. Thank you for watching Sports News Africa. I'm Angela Agor. Nigerian national team coach Stephen Keshi says he has put whatever disagreement he had with the Nigeria Football Federation behind him after signing a 2-year deal to coach the Super Eagles. Speaking exclusively to Sports News Africa, Keshi, who was in London last week, was reinstalled to coach the Super Eagles for a third time. The 53-year-old said it was now time for Nigerians to put aside their differences and work for the greater good of the team.
Our communication level is very, very cordial now. Things are going well, which in the first place, that's what I want, because you can't do this thing yourself. You need a collective effort of everybody in the federation, media, Nigerians to work together. And I captained this squad for 14 years. I played a long time for this team. I know once we're together, you can't break Nigeria. It's very difficult for any team to beat Nigeria. And that's what I want. Once we team up together, and with what is the wisdom or the vision that is God now that he wants to put in place, I pray that is in place. I pray that everybody is going to give it a try and give it a chance to work, because our problem is that we sometimes have difficulty in changing. You know, we're a little bit more satisfied with that zone that we are. We don't want to think about moving forward. What he's bringing in now is a good thing, but we just have to have patience for the stuff to materialize and take it from there. So his support is very, very important, because if the team is doing well, he's doing well. Everybody's happy, Nigeria is happy, federal government is happy. So we just need to take ourselves along and make sure things work out well. It's very important assignment that we've got now, knowing fully that we didn't qualify the last couple of nations. So it's the major task ahead of us. But we have to prepare. You know, we know it's a challenge in front of us, but the preparation level must be very critical, very important. So if we can get that done, because it's going to be the period of where the players are off season, and you know what that means when they're off season. You know, they go crazy, they want to enjoy themselves, and which I understand. But this is where professionalism going to come in and a lot of discipline. But it's going to be a challenging period, but we'll work things out. Well, right now, the big challenge that I'm having is that I don't have a team right now. You know, the boys might be there, but there's no team. You know, I mean, a team that I can say is a cohesive team, sort of. I don't have it, so that's a big challenge now. That I need Nigerians to be patient with me, because there are some other voices that I'm seeing out there that I probably want to give opportunity to showcase their game. So I just need them to be patient and be behind the team, and just to bring out the best players I can give to Nigerians.
Staying with football, qualifiers for both the 2016 Rio Olympic Games and CAF Under-23 Championships were held across the African continent at the weekend. Botswana shocked Kenya 3-0 in the 2016 Olympic Games football qualifiers at the Lobast Sports Complex on Saturday. After a goalless first half, the Baby Zebras scored 4 minutes after the breakthrough striker Omlata Gabatho. Midfielder Kebelosi Kanyeng doubled Botswana's advantage 4 minutes later. Kabatho added his second and Botswana's third 3 minutes from time to seal a convincing first leg victory. Yannick Mukunzi and Kevin Muhaya were on target as Rwanda registered a comfortable 2-0 win over Somalia in their first round first leg qualifier at Amahoro Stadium. Mukunzi scored a 17th-minute header after connecting with a cross by left-back Javier Mutijima for the opener. The winner of this tie will face Uganda in the second round. And there's the confirmation of those two results. Rwanda and Botswana take healthy leads into their second-leg ties. Ghana also won 2-0 against Liberia. Guinea-Bissau and Libya both withdrew from their respective matches against Sierra Leone and Mauritania. The second leg of these fixtures will be played between the 8th and the 10th of May. Cycling now, and Rahil Zuhair claimed the yellow jersey on Sunday after winning the 2015 Tour of Senegal in Dakar. The Moroccan cyclist clocked a time of 19 hours and 22 minutes at the end of the final stage to win the event for the first time.
After cycling the 6 stages through major cities of Senegal, the final stage saw Moroccan Rahil Zuhair clinch the title. Zuhair, riding in the first Tour of Senegal in his career, clinched the coveted title after his team won the first and second stage of the Tour.
I am very happy and I thank my team. I am very happy to have won the first stage and the second and protect the yellow jersey to Dakar. Alhamdulillah, I thank my team, Wida Jomo, Naya and my coach.
Hosts Senegal, who had 2 teams in the race, were not up to the grueling pace, and despite winning the 4th stage, they finished 4th overall in the Tour. Bekaye Traoré, Senegal's best bet, experienced some health issues but managed to grab the 4th position.
I have been out of the racing action for 2 years, so it was my first competition. I am very pleased to win 2 of the hardest steps. The second step, I had many problems because I had pain, sore heads, stomach aches, and it's because of that I've lost a little. The yellow jersey gave me a slight boost ahead, and because of that, I finished 4th.
The Tour wasn't without its share of spills, with some hard lessons for some competitors. The Tour, which had been on hold for 5 years, was generally considered a success despite lack of heavy sponsorship.
The Senegal Tour has been on hold for 5 years, so I could not take the risk of making a very big tour since I did not have the means. We had confidence in ourselves as our own sponsors because 5 years without making the tour is not easy to get people who believe in us that can be there to support us.
Dutchman Patrick Koos of the global cycling team came in second, while French cyclist Hunard Steve of Holo team finished third. The final leg of the 2015 Senegal Cycling Tour saw 50 cyclists from Morocco, France, the Netherlands, Mali, Slovakia, Gambia and Senegal participate.
Welcome back to Sports News Africa. This year's Africa Judo Championships in Gabon saw Egypt and Tunisia win the team event in both the men's and women's categories. The competition was, however, marred by complaints as judokas from competing countries alleged bias by the judges.
Athletes in the African Judo Union Senior Championships have complained about bias in this year's top Africa Judo competition. Right from the beginning of the tournament, judokas from the Maghreb region strongly opposed the decisions made by the judges. Ironically, Tunisia and Algeria, whose athletes raised concerns, were the countries with the largest share of spoils. Senegalese women's bronze medalist Hortense Diédou was one of the aggrieved.
I'm not happy because I did not come here to bring Senegal the bronze. Unfortunately, this is what God has decided. I accept and content myself with that.
The men's bronze medalist, Cameroonian Salah Tsala, also believed he did better at the tournament but appreciates having a medal regardless.
It's true everyone eyes the first prize, but taking home silver from such a big competition is a big achievement.
The chief director of arbitration, Ben Bada Boubker, deemed the the allegations baseless, saying the rules of judging have not changed.
Whoever denies the results does not know arbitration. Those are the new rules.
In the women's tally of medals, Tunisia ranked first with 8 gold medals, followed by Algeria, Cameroon and Senegal. In the men's tally, Egypt led, followed by Algeria, Tunisia and Senegal.
Time now to take a quick look at some of the other stories making the headlines across the continent. Eliud Kipchoge led a Kenyan clean sweep of the podium places, winning the men's London Marathon on Sunday in a time of 2 hours, 4 minutes and 42 seconds. Defending champion Wilson Kipsang finished second, with world record halter Dennis Kimetto in third. Ethiopia's Tigist Tufa won the women's race. One of Algeria's top cyclists, Hichem Chabain, has been suspended from all competitions after he reportedly tested positive for doping. Chabain will remain suspended pending further investigations into his alleged doping. The 26-year-old, who rides for the UCI team Velo Club Sovac, won 3 of the 10 races at last month's Grand Tour of Algeria. The reigning African Women Footballer of the Year, Asisat Oshoala, has been shortlisted for the inaugural BBC Football Woman of the Year award. The Nigeria international plays for Liverpool Ladies in England. And Ivory Coast is set to benefit from a project that will see China construct a 60,000-seat stadium in Abidjan in time for the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations. The project will also see the construction of a sports city around the stadium in the suburb of Anyama in the north of the capital. Kenya and Egypt have emerged as the top 2 teams in the Zone 5 volleyball qualifiers in Kampala, Uganda, thereby earning automatic qualification for the All-Africa Games in Congo-Brazzaville in September. Kenya completed their remarkable unbeaten run at the qualifiers, thrashing hosts Uganda in straight sets at the Lugogo Indoor Arena.
It was a magical moment for the Kenyan team on Saturday as they humbled hosts Uganda in their final match of the Zone 5 volleyball qualifiers. The Malkia Strikers, as they are famously known, silenced the Ugandan fans by beating the hosts 3-0 at the Lugogo Arena to maintain a remarkable unbeaten run. The Kenyans, who displayed tenacity throughout the tournament, viewed the games as preparation for a larger stage, the All-African Games.
I think the Ugandans played really well. If I compare the matches between Egypt and Ethiopia, I think today they played really well. But for us, I'm happy because when we came, I remember the first time when I was interviewed, I said we didn't want to qualify at the second position. And I'm happy we have won. We've qualified, but yeah, the first position.
With qualifiers out of the way, Kenya's coach has big ambitions for his team.
We're going for the gold medal at All African Games, and this is a promise that I can give because I'm sure this time round we have a very strong team, and in Congo we are going to do nothing short of winning.
Egypt also beat Ethiopia in their last match of the round-robin event to finish as runners-up.
Now we feel that we are relaxed after all this championship, especially that in Egypt we had a lot of matches in Egypt. So now we're feeling relaxed and as if we are qualified now. We're so happy.
In an earlier match, Burundi suffered a 3-0 defeat to Ethiopia to finish without a win in the competition.
A golf tournament was held in Ghana to commemorate South Africa's Freedom Day. April the 27th marks the country's first non-racial democratic elections in 1994. Organisers used the event as a platform to speak out against the xenophobic attacks in South Africa.
In commemoration of the 21st anniversary of South Africa's Freedom Day, a day's golf tournament was held in Ghana to mark South Africa's first non-racial democratic elections in 1994. But this year, the day has been overshadowed by an outbreak of violence in South Africa, targeting non-South African foreigners. And so, at an annual golfing event to mark Freedom Day in Ghana, the message was changed to remind all Africans of their responsibilities to each other.
The horrific xenophobic attacks that took place in the past few weeks in our country, we have therefore been challenged as South Africans to reflect on our freedom. These circumstances have necessitated that on this occasion, we come together as Africans and declare war against xenophobia.
The event, themed Africa Unite, Say No to Xenophobia, was organized by the Global Media Alliance and with the South African High Commission in Ghana, who brought together golfers from both countries.
We have lots of people who do not have information about what is going on around the world. We come together to play sports, to play golf, to introduce to people that look, in the midst of hate, we can bring love. In the midst of horror, we can bring happiness.
Let's take a look at the results from the weekend then. Tottenham twice came from behind to earn a valuable point at Southampton in the battle to secure European football. Leicester secured their fourth straight win to move out of the relegation zone. Swansea won at Newcastle, condemning their hosts to their seventh straight defeat. Holders Manchester City needed a last-minute goal to beat Aston Villa. Manchester United missed the chance to move 10 points clear of Liverpool after they became the latest victims of Everton's late-season revival. They lost 3-0 at Goodison Park. Despite the draw, Chelsea still had plenty to celebrate after Eden Hazard was voted as the PFA Player of the Year. A win away to Leicester on Wednesday sets Chelsea up to take the Premier League trophy in front of their own fans, should they also beat Crystal Palace at Stamford Bridge next weekend. Second place is still up for grabs after Manchester City leapfrogged both Arsenal and United. Liverpool's hopes of securing a top-four finish were dealt a blow by their goalless draw with West Brom. Leicester City's fourth straight win has raised hopes of a remarkable escape after they were 7 points adrift of safety at the start of April. They're not completely out of the woods yet, but for now it's Sunderland, Queen's Park Rangers and Burnley that currently sit in the bottom three. Let's take a look at Sunday's results and Monday's games then. The Cleveland Cavaliers defeated the Boston Celtics 4-0 to reach the second round of the NBA playoffs. The Washington Wizards are also through to the second round after they too swept the Toronto Raptors. Elsewhere in the West, the Los Angeles Clippers defeated reigning NBA champions San Antonio to knock their best-of-7 first-round series at 2 games apiece. And there's a look at the games coming up on Monday. The Memphis Grizzlies can advance to the next round if they win, as can the Chicago Bulls, who play the Milwaukee Bucks at the United Center. The Brooklyn Nets will look to even the games against the Atlanta Hawks. And one more bit of news to bring you before we go. Ethiopia has appointed Johan Salhele as the national football coach. We'll bring you more on that story on Tuesday's programme. And that's it for Sports News Africa for today. Join us again tomorrow when we will bring you all the latest from Africa and around the world. Bye for now.